Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? It's your boy Rod Rantz, and you're now watching our finishing show. I am joined by the Lion of Africa himself, Mr. Leo in the building, 237.
J'aime ma vie, oh. J'suis toujours dans mes wagas. Ça ne peut pas cuire, oh. J'assume mes matas. Chaque jour et nuit, oh. J'suis en train de faire là. J'suis comme un bambi. J'aime aussi le cap.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Now, before we kick this off, we were talking pre-camera, and we found out something very, very interesting. Me and Mr. Leo are basically brothers because we were born in the same hospital.
Yeah, just a few rooms apart.
Literally, we were born in the same hospital, so we're basically brothers.
Same hospital, same place.
Same town, same city, we're basically
Grew
brothers.
up in the same city. Your family is still there, right?
Yeah, my family's
Mine
still
too
there.
is still there.
Same hairstyle, so yeah, this is basically my brother from now on.
This interview was meant to happen.
100%. One of the reasons why I like your sound is because, to me personally, you are one of, if not Cameroon's most soulful artists.
Wow.
In a sense that your music has so many layers to it. Like, it's not just a party track. It could be a party track, but there's meaning to it. Every single song has meaning to it. And that's why I blast your music. Now,
Thank you.
do you do that intentionally? Is that part of your writing process to make sure your songs have messages? Because a lot of artists, they want to just put out a vibe to dance to or X, Y, and Z. What inspires you?
It's the way I forged myself. I'm a deep guy by nature, and anything I touch, it just happens to have that depth. The way I talk, the way I interact. So when it comes down to music, that's like my passion. Something that, has this connection with the soul.
Yeah.
I think as an artist, anytime you touch the soul, it brings out proper emotions.
Yeah.
And that's just the philosophy I have. And anytime I step in the studio, I do every song like it's the last. And I make sure I touch bass with the soul. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it makes sense.
Even when it's a party song,
Yeah.
I make sure it has that soul.
A meaning
that's
behind it.
supposed to have.
Yeah.
And the meaning could be lyrics, it could be melody,
Yeah.
it could just be the vibe.
Yeah.
It's something you feel. Music is about emotions.
Yeah.
That's the language of music. So I make sure, those emotions are there anytime I'm in the studio. So
Now,
that's like my trick. I don't know how I do it.
but when in terms of how you started in the music, then, who inspired you to actually begin this music journey and jump in the studio? Because like the way you speak is you speak like someone who has thousands of years worth of wisdom in their head, but you look like we're the same age. So
yeah. A few people have said that. Like naturally, I'm deep.
yeah.
When it comes to what really inspired me to do music, you'd be shocked when I tell you this. I never chose music. Music had nothing to do with who I wanted to become.
Yeah.
I've been a science student all my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all throughout, from day one right up to the university, everything I did, science, So how did music come into play? I did lots of stuff. I played football, I used to paint, theater art. I was that kind of science student who would rush to the arts class to go and, see when they're doing their, their thing, when they have their, drama kind of stuff. I tried to, participate. I loved it. But then I was a science student because it was designed for me by parents. So it took me time to realize that actually I'm an artist.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say I did not choose music is because I believe music chose me.
Yeah.
Because everything I tried doing, I pushed myself to do, but music is the one that chose me. And I was explain why. I tried painting, no way, family did not support. Football, family didn't support. Lots of other things. I was good at lots of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was this, hard guy in school and science student, and music started for me in the school choir. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
And the only reason why I stepped into that school choir is because of a chick. I'm coming. So,
women.
Yeah, women, man.
Yeah, it's funny, but sometimes the truth is worth it. You know, let people know that who you become tomorrow can start from anywhere.
Yeah.
It must not have a link with what you studied in school. It must not have a link with what you've always wanted to be. You could try to be something for the wrong reasons. Or I don't know. There's many reasons why.
Yeah.
You choose something and finally you don't get to meet up with what you really wanted to do. For music, I've always had a different way of listening to music, even though I never loved singing. It's because I had not discovered that part of me.
Yeah.
You know, I was not exposed to music. So each time I listen to people sing or I listen to a great song, I know. I don't just dance. I wonder how these guys happen to sing so well and the voice is so smooth and everything is just, flowing. I'm like, how do they even do this?
Yeah.
I would just wonder, and that's it. But the moment I stepped into, a milieu where people sing, I discovered that I had that in me. I was just not exposed to it.
Okay.
So it started because of a girl, yes.
But it developed because you found
yourself. Because with this chick, I realized that if I had to get this girl, I had to get into the choir.
Yeah.
But when I went in, a few months after, okay, I had the girl, so now I could leave. But I got stuck because I started loving it. So that's how everything started.
I have to ask the ultimate question. Are you and this girl still in contact?
No.
Did you get the girl?
Yeah, in the choir I did.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying, right? I went to the choir because of the girl. I got the girl and then I wanted to move. I was like, okay, I mean, my guys started running away from me. It was embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
You know, this hard guy in school. Yeah. And then all of a sudden
you're singing.
It was embarrassing to them. But little by little I started having this connection to singing. Yes. It became that thing that frees me up. I had lots of problems in the house, family. I was going through a stage where I'm just slightly above puberty, getting, close to adulthood. You know, you have all these misconceptions, you have all this trauma, there's a million things you want to do. Yeah. And then family is limiting you to just small. So as a kid who wonders a lot, I went through a lot of trauma. And the only thing that I found comfort doing was singing. Each time I sang, it freed me. I had this, there's this freedom I had. And I stayed close because of that, still not because of music. So from about 2006-07 academic year that I went into the choir to about 2008, it was just about singing. I just loved the way it made me feel. But then I had the opportunity to step into the studio once, and then it changed again. I was like, okay, I want to do music. You know, wow, my voice feels good on the beat. Wow, let me do this. And then another journey started, and then I got in, and then I discovered that it was a whole universe. You need to learn how to compose. You need to learn how to sing on key. You need to learn how to approach beats. You need to learn how to tell stories. I had to start learning all that. I took years and years and years and. More details will come up with depending on your questions.
Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. You are in a very unique position in the music industry. Obviously, as time goes by, generations get older and the music, the kind of artists they like, it changes and it goes with generations. You're one of the few artists who I can say with confidence that you make music that is loved by both my parents' generation, my generation, and my sister's generation. Okay. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but my mom and dad love your music.
No, let me feel myself.
You know I play your music off. My sisters love your music.
Wow.
Now, obviously with that in mind, I've looked at the industry and I've tried to understand why are there not more artists like you in the Cameroon industry? Some artists, they appeal more to my mom and dad's generation, some appeal more to my generation, but I feel like there isn't that enough hybrid artists like yourself who are doing music that appeals to the masses, so to speak. Because that's the best way to transcend and to build bridges and cross over.
Yeah.
So the question, I guess,
was the magic.
The question, I guess, is, do you feel like as a Cameroonian artist in Cameroon, you're limited by your influences, you're limited by your creativity? Do you feel like people are, I'm going to say this, people are just all copying each other, doing the same thing? And that's why...
I mean, be the truth, right? Right. Truth is truth.
Yeah. Your new album, Lion of Africa.
Yeah.
Absolute bangers. Out now, guys. Make sure you go stream that, run that up, numbers, everything. But I have to amend you for my favorite song. J J J J J J.
Chubaribara, Chubaribara, Kisalamaya, 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 Kisalamaya.
Now that video,
I like that one too.
That's my favorite song, and that video was crazy. But my favorite part about that video is you could see in that video that you kept true to your culture.
Yeah, yeah.
Like from your attire, the settings, like everything, you kept true to your Anglophone culture. Now, is it important for you to maintain that in your music?
Okay.
I know it's a bit of a tricky question.
No, I mean, it's going to come.
But is it important for you to hold on to your Anglophone roots whilst maneuvering the Cameroon music industry, which is predominantly, I guess, Francophone industry? Although most of our biggest artists are Anglophone, and unless I research, I can't tell. But with you, I never had to do that because I could see it in your videos that you're Anglophone. The way the clothes you wear, the way you present yourself, the way you sing, even the way you speak your English. I know this guy's Anglophone. So is it important for you to hold on to that?
Yeah, I think it's very, very important to stay to your roots. Like I was telling you, you can do 1,000 songs, but people can always feel those songs amongst them that came from the soul. Because it's not just about what you say, it's not just about the language you use, it's about how they feel. People can forget what you said, but people never going to forget how you made them feel. So each time you think of it from that perspective, you'd see that there's great importance, you know, when it comes to touching, you know, base with the soul. Each time you want to get creative, it's not something easy to do, and it's something that you have to do consciously. And for the sake of consistency, you have to know what you did, how you did it, and be able to touch base and do it again and again and again until it becomes something normal. So that's about creativity for me, like I told you when I get into the studio. So I think career-wise too, it's really important that you touch base. You know,
yeah, for sure.
It's extremely important. And what most artists don't realize is sometimes you might be tempted to copy somebody, and you don't even get to realize that what that person is doing is actually the person's, you know.
Yeah, it's them. It's their personality. It's their core.
It's where they come from.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to an American rap, you want to rap like them, but you forget that's their culture.
Yeah.
You listen to Arafat do Coupé de Calais, you're trying to do like him, you forget that that's where he comes from, that's his culture.
Yeah. It's organic.
Same with Nigerians, same with Ghanaians, and you know, some. And the question is, as an artist, you have to ask yourself, okay, you've tried copying this and that and that and that. Who is you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
What is your identity?
What's your identity?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it can come before you even start your career if you have good mentors. But sometimes it comes after. And sometimes you even know before, but it depends on strategy. Now, when it comes to strategy, every strategy is okay, is correct according to your perception, as long as you take action to make it happen.
For sure.
You see? So with me, I've always had this in mind. It's a conscious thing I did. So I asked myself, Like when we were in, way back, secondary school, early classes of economics, they would ask you, okay, before you get into business, you think of what you're selling, to whom are you selling, where are you selling, and all that. So I had to ask myself those questions in music. Okay, I'm an Anglophone, I'm in Cameroon, I'm trying to sell in Cameroon region, and it's divided into two, English and French per se, and it's practically French because it's like 80-90% French,
and then like 10-20%
English. Okay, so I have to deal with all that because people don't realize that with an artist like me, I do my homework before I get into stuff. I just don't get into stuff because I feel like so before getting into urban music, I did lots of stuff that people don't know. I started with rap, I did reggae, I did jazz, I did world music, and then I finally got into urban music. Urban music is what I did last, but it's what they received first.
Yeah.
So with them, there's a different flip. There's a flip, so they see me like that. So a lot of people are shocked when I touch base, like right now with this new album, and I do what I did. It's not coming from a strange place. It's me. It's the same cook. It's just a different dish. Yeah. And it's recipes that I have. Of course, I had to use other people to help me bring it out. I'm just saying that with me, it was a strategy, and it was something we did conscious. Yeah. We did, we consciously did that. Me and Salatel. So the idea was, okay, you see a song like Sefo. I don't know if you listen to it. Yeah. I did that song in 2011. Okay. I mean, by 2010-11, I was a badass composer. But that song was released in 2017. Why? Because as good as I was, I not found my niche. I not found that thing I was looking for to start up with. Because to me, first impression matters.
Yes, of course.
Anything I'm stepping into, I want to make sure that first impression I bring should be a memory. It should be something that will last. So we decided that, Leo, you're going to get to do a song that's going to touch the English and the French, and a song that's going to touch the young and the old generation. That's the magic behind It Go Better. It was done willfully, well calculated. Every word calculated. I wrote that song like 5 times, and I canceled like 3 times. I had to go back and rewrite until I got it. Now, all that procedure, what it helps me to do is it gives me a formula. So that's why after It Go Better, there was no stopping me because I already, forged different methods of bringing that emotion out, and I did it consciously, so I could do it again and again and again and again and again. And the idea was, let's sell to Cameroon first, let's get through Cameroon first. I've always wanted to do music like this, but way back, it's not easy. There was no community for that, even right up to the foundation process, building and bringing the arts out. There was very few people who could, who were willing to do that. Yeah. So we had to use another route. So we decided to get into urban music, and it took me like 2-3 years to find my style. I had to take patience to find it. I had to find my voice. Okay, I sing like Garo, I sing like Lema, I sing like, okay, I want people to listen to me sing and say, okay, this is Leo. It took me 3 years to find it. So the question is, how many people take the time to do that? It means by 2010, I should be rushing and releasing. I released my first song 2015, 14, so I had to take the time to find my style, make sure it's well calculated, I know exactly what I'm doing. So once I got in, okay, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, everything is booming. And when I was way at the top, I took another route. Because to me, at that point, it's no more about doing music that people want. It comes a point where there comes a time where you want to do you. You just want to do music that comes from within and share to the world,
Yes, now before we wrap up, again, let's just go back to the album. Honestly, that album is anyone that knows me knows I'm very honest. I don't lie. That album is a piece of art. And I don't tend to describe music as art unless I've listened to it from top to bottom 5 times, and I would happily do it again. Now, when you was making the album, did you have a direction of where you wanted that album to go? Or did the album just sort of come together by itself, or did you have like loads of songs that you thought, okay, let me just make an album?
No. An album like that must come with a plan. Like I told you, I plan for stuff. That's the difference I always try to make. And with this album, before doing this album, I did like 4 albums. So I already had the French African vibe, you know, the French Afro vibe that I used to do. I did like 2 albums, you know. So I had a lot of content. But then I was stuck with the decision of, you know, I had to choose between doing something that comes from within and, you know, staying true to my art, or just going commercial and for the buzz and, you know, for the show. I had to choose between the two. And I told myself, I want to do me, because I started feeling this pressure inside. Not pressure per se. There's this feeling. I was no more satisfied with what I was doing. I was no more satisfied with the moves I was making. Each time I stepped on stage, I remember a few times I'll go outside Burkina Faso with like a guy like Arafat, may he so rest in peace. We fill up a whole stadium, and then we come back in the hotel. The organizers are happy, popping champagnes, and then my manager comes to the hotel and he meets me, and my eyes are red, I'm crying. You know, like, it's confusing. Like, we did a great show. I mean, the turnout was great. What's happening? I'm like, yeah, but why am I not feeling that way? Why am I not feeling like this is it? You know, at some point I stopped feeling like this is it. So I had to tell myself, to get different results, I have to do something different. And for me, there was no other choice than, you know, touching bass. So with this album, nobody knows it all. Trust me, I'm a complete composer, in the sense that I'm a professional when it comes to composition. Professional too means knowing when to get help. It's not about knowing when to get people involved. And with this album, truth being told, the guy that helped me shape this sound out is CFX. CFX on the track.
Okay.
Now, this is a guy I've known for 10 years and above. We've worked on lots of projects. Of course, not my project, you know, mostly with Afrobeats. And for the first time, the moment I started thinking of that, because I know his strength, the first person that came to my mind was CFX, and then Cobams. Those are the 2 people I knew, like, I've been, you know, looking at, that could, you know, really bring out this album. Cobams is from Nigeria, the person who did the Jailer album. Yeah. So that's what happened. And CFX came in. First of all, I did a reggae album, complete reggae album.
I remember that one. I remember that one. Because I remember when I heard it, I thought he was a reggae artist.
Yeah. No, that one is way back. I mean, for this new move, I did like a new reggae album, deep reggae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I didn't want to be branded like a reggae artist. So I went through it with CFX, and CFX told me, this is super, super good. But I think we need another thing. This one is going to have its time. It's like a new phase. So it's like introducing yourself into something new, and still, like you did with Igobeta, first impression matters. Yeah, of course. So we had to go back now and start redoing the album from scratch. He would just come along in the evening, play the guitar, and his vibe, you know, raw. There's something beautiful about touching the soul. With this album, we did not plan the songs. He would just come in the evening. When he's coming, he has, you know, guitar chords he has planned in his mind. And we would just sit just beside, you know, just outside here. He starts playing, and I just put my phone on record, and I'm just recording whatever comes out. You see songs like Yo, songs like Lay. Many of those songs came out like that. If I play you the raw versions, you'll be shocked. It's going just the same thing, you know. When we finished, each time we tried 1, 2, and it gave us, you know, it told us, okay, this is it. So we started working, you know, we started going through the album like that. We'll just come jam and then take it and develop it. So the first song that opened my mind was, you know, the first 2 songs that, you know, took me full into that direction is Time and JJ. They were the 2 songs that when I did, it's like, okay, this
the direction.
This the direction.
Yeah.
But the man behind this album is, you know, production, sound direction, coordination. CFX. CFX was my guy.
Shout out CFX.
Now
Now,
this guy, I just feel like Cameroon is not really fine. I know what he can do. He's just limited by maybe the system. I don't know. But I think from this project, people gonna know that this is a legend just beside us, and we don't see it because we're not vibrating at that frequency yet. We're still just about very commercial music.
yeah,
We're still, we've still not started deciding to start going deep and stuff, you know. But of course, with this album, I think people gonna know who CFX really is, you know.
yeah, for sure.
But that's how we did it, you know, just everyday jamming, and we found it.
Guys, you heard it here first. Lion of Africa is out now. Make sure you stream that, run the numbers up, all them things legally. You know, you got Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Boomplay, all them things there. Mr. Leo, search him, stream that, bangers. Thank you for joining us today.
What?
It was a pleasure. Now, before we let you go, where's the best place for us to find out what you had for breakfast? What are your social media handles?
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can just Google Mr. Leo. There's just very few of us.
Energy.
Mr. Leo. Just Google Mr. Leo. You
Energy.
can check my Instagram, Mr. Leo 237. Twitter. You can check on, you know, just check me out on YouTube.
Google.
And then you go to all these, you know, digital platforms. Just check out Mr. Leo. You check out Mr. Leo J album. You're going to see all my stuff, you know.
Thank you for watching. Until next time, we out. Peace.